Basically what you have is you're skating on different skating on different radiuses throughout the whole blade, but your center skating section, which is the portion that you're mostly on, if you were to take your skate blade, and it's there, and you were to draw back here, say a 9 foot from that point where you're skating in here, you draw from there back here 9 feet, and you had a string and you mark that, and of course it's going to go in a radius. That would be a 9 foot radius. If you change this distance to say an 11 foot, this gets longer, which makes this a bigger radius, which makes it flatter. Okay, so in theory you would have like a 9 foot, you would have an 11 foot, and then you would have a 13 foot, which is very flat. That's how they work. The other thing that you're able to do with this skating portion here is you're able to move it either back from center or forward of center. So if you're a type of player that wants to skate, so you get over your skates, so like you bend over and you're leaning, you get over your skates, you move your center back. If you're an upright skater and you like the pressures under the ball of your feet, you might tend to move the rocker ahead. That way you get more pressure under the ball of your foot. So we'll take the skate and see there's a wheel. See that wheel is a tracer wheel. So that'll roll along that template, and that's what will put my, see now I have my center points here, which are there. So that's it. Perfect. So now what I do is I just set it up and I bring my wheel down till I touch. Okay, I'm just taking off a tiny bit off the toe. If this is your skate blade, okay, and I'm going to draw it big so you can see, and this is looking at a cross section of a cut in half, okay, if that's your blade as it comes from the factory, it's flat. Okay, so now if you have, and I'm just going to draw these out here, you've got a diameter that's 5/8 in diameter, so it would be 5/8 of an inch across. Then you would have one that's a little bit smaller, that would be a 1/2 inch, and then we'll go to a 3/8. Okay. So what we do is we dress the stone on the skate sharpener to these radiuses on the big stone, and then when we cut, we're actually cutting a hollow into the steel. So the smaller the hollow, like a 3/8, which is smaller than 5/8, will cut deeper. So then if you cut a 5/8 hollow, it'll sit shallower. And what this does is it gives you more of a glide on the ice. And it also depends on your body weight. It also depends on the hardness of the ice, condition of the ice. It also depends on your preferences. So people come in and ask me what they should use. I always recommend to start out with, that's in my opinion, is start out with a 1/2 inch. From there you can go either way. You can go to a 5/8 or you can go to a 3/8. If you're a lighter person, you're tending to go to a deeper hollow. If you're a big, heavy person and you're skating on soft ice, you definitely want to go to a flatter hollow, 5/8. Some of the pros now, because of the way the ice conditions are, they're skating a 3/4 hollow, which is bigger again. So that means that your blade is that much flatter. But the better the skater, the bigger the hollow you can get away with, because you can actually use your edges. When you skate, you really want to skate only on the two edges of this is what you're skating on, your edges. And that's what you transfer from one edge to the other. And when you're in between, this is where a poor skater will have a problem, is he will float on the center section and he'll get out of control. But a good skater, he'll be able to go through the float onto his other holder. A lot of guys like this, when they're coming in front of the net, they'll be able to sort of float into the front of the net, get on their edge and get out of there. So that's what it is to do with the edges and the hollows. You guys, right now we're getting about 10 to 12 games, which is pretty good. And on the average, you use about 5 or 6 times on the ice, and you got to get your skates done. So the steel is really good. It's a Sandvik steel, 12C27. It's a special skate blade steel.